downtime activities, and welcome back to the Devils of the West. Last time, one particular rootin' tootin' son of a bitch got called out as somebody called out old Grimes Deep Fingers Garcia's name in the middle of a street while you were all walking to your museum base in Confluence City University.
At this point, I look over.
Right.
Thank you. I look over at Jeffords. Who's this Deep Fingers feather?
You reckon this is an outlaw or a lawman?
You can't be referring to small fingers over here.
He done got a badge on. He looks like who?
We turn around, buckwash. What are you doing?
He looks exactly like what you assume Grimes would look like if Grimes was not attractive.
Probably just another outlaw.
It's ugly Grimes. It's ugly white Grimes. That's who's.
If there's one thing Grimes likes just as little as a feller being handsomer than him, it's a feller reminding him of how good he has it.
Are you turning about?
Yeah.
You turn about, you see the familiar face and the familiar stare of Glenn Sly Eyes Raw.
Why are they called Sly Eyes?
Is there a whole body in this outlaw?
It's a...
My eyes are like this so I can see enemies coming from any direction.
Yeah.
You know Sly Eyes thinks it's because he's got that look of trouble, but everyone kind of gave him that nickname jokingly because he's got some eyes that don't like to focus on the same thing.
Is there like a...
One eye's watching you and one eye's on his guns.
That's how he's got such a quick draw.
He's always watching it.
Is it... What is there, like a John Pegleg?
Peggy? Yeah.
Peggy. And he steps out into the street looking at you. And he says, "You think you can leave us for dead and walk away?
Yeah.
Get up off that horse! I'll have what's mine!"
Get up off that horse.
Get up off that horse.
I guess I'm gonna get up.
We're gonna have a good old Texas Western draw.
I'm not gonna explain nothing to this man. I'm getting off.
You step down, and Glenn Sly Eyes Roth is lined up across from you, and you can see his same old rusty revolver on the side there. He's glaring at you. For the sake of this, excuse me, what I'd like you to do first is roll me a notice. Which
now
can I interrupt this?
Mohan, I figure, I mean, if this feller's an outlaw, he's bound to get more alive.
That's a negative one. That is a snake eyes with a -2 from Sly Eyes.
Okay, I have to ask, is it too late for me to interrupt this?
At this point, yes.
Damn.
At this point, yes. They're lined up.
I was just gonna quickly draw the entangle gun and just like, alright, now.
So, for the thing, whoever won was going to get to draw 2 cards and take the higher of the 2. But since he's Snake Eyes, you get to take 2 and take the higher of the 2. He gets to take 2 and take the lower of the 2. For the sake of the order of who's going to be...
Watch, he's still gonna win.
Both Jokers. You ready for this?
Yeah.
An Ace of Spades and a Queen of Clubs.
All right.
I still did pretty solid. It's a Queen of...
The Joker!
See if you can get the
If you can get the double, I'll give you the +4. Joker though. Oh damn.
You're just gonna blast the guy square in the forehead.
I'm just gonna. After Grimes gets off, I'm just gonna move Spanky like to the side.
Hang on. You gotta add it in.
So
Might be copyright, I don't know.
go ahead. So for the sake of this, it's going to be a quick draw. It's just going to be you get to go first in what's essentially a round of initiative here.
Pretty much.
Take a shot at it.
Pretty much.
You are shooting to kill, I assume.
Yes.
This man is dead.
You get +2 to the.
To hit to the roll and the damage.
Yeah, because I'm a marksman.
Well, no, like from the.
You get a +2 from the Joker.
Oh.
So you got +2 from Marksman and +2 from Joker.
What is Marksman? Isn't that?
Oh, it's a
You
ignore
-2. Yeah, so it's he doesn't have any. You have no negatives to hit this guy. He's sitting there watching you one eye watching
But
his
he's
gun.
watching you as you draw the gun and shoot. He hasn't gotten it out of there.
I think your shooting's a D12
Yeah, your shooting is as high as it can get. So
without just getting a flat bonus to it, which I think might require
6
like
explodes. It's a 7. So 8. So 7.
Plus 2,
Plus
minus
2.
1, so it's 9.
9.
So 9 will hit with a raise.
Okay.
Wait, roll damage for me. With a raise and a
No,
plus 2.
but yeah, but he's still got a wound. So
So the wound. Yes.
yeah, so you do 2d6. So
For,
you roll your raise.
quick
first.
question, are you just drawing one gun?
Just one.
Okay.
Just the one. This is a traditional
This is a duel.
duel.
Grimes does very few things by the book. This is one.
The duel is one of them.
Okay.
All right, so
Roll
roll
your
your
damage.
raise.
So just 1d6.
Just 1d6. This
And
one doesn't
roll it.
explode.
That's a 2.
So you'll add 4 to this roll.
Yeah. So then just this plus 4, and the 6s can't explode. 4, so 8 damage arena.
8 damage arena. Let me take a look at his toughness here.
How tough? Welcome to Salty's platoon. How tough are you?
He's gonna
Wait.
drop either way.
Wait, hang on.
It's just if
Yeah,
he
no,
drops hurt or dead.
That's 10.
That's a 10.
What?
That's 10 because 2 plus 4, that's 6, and then plus another
right.
4, that's 10.
Sorry, 10.
No, it was plus 4 because you got plus 2 from
Two
the
from
Joker
the roll.
and plus 2 from your
from the
raise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
No.
So
8 with the bonus.
he's sitting there staring at you, and you just. And it just hit, and you're whoa! And he stumbles, drops back, his gun doesn't clear leather as he grabs at his bullet wound, and he's sitting there writhing back and forth, holding where you shot him. Alright, roll me 2d6, is that what we did?
Yeah. Oh, right, injury.
To see where you hit him.
2d6 or a d12.
Oh yeah, we're doing a d12. Let's do a d12, because that increases the chances of...
Addiction.
Grimes squares him for a duel and just shoots him in the toe.
11.
11.
Is that the head?
Oh, no.
Where's my table for these? There it is. One moment.
You cornhole.
You was 11? Roll me a d6 real quick. This could be great.
A 5er.
A 5er. So you're sitting there, and you hit him right in the the head, and he stumbles back, and he's grabbing his head and writhing around, screaming. He is not quite dead.
I think Grimes has one.
I'm gonna go up to him.
I was.
No. He's Grimes is walking.
That's true. I mean, I was gonna cast a healing spell on him and just like pat him on the back and send him from the nearest saloon.
You walk
But,
towards him.
Don't ever say my name again, googly eyes.
Go ahead and roll me. What's the intimidation in this?
Intimidation.
Is there intimidation?
Yeah, it is intimidation.
Roll it. You're gonna have. You're gonna have a plus two,
So,
a plus 2 on this.
so you have a total of plus 6 because charisma affects
Yes.
intimidation. So it's
Well, no, because your charisma is from attractive. This guy is not attractive to you, so you don't get your plus 4.
So it's a D4 and a D6 minus 2. It's not minus 3 technically. So
He is a
that's
straight
plus
male,
2, so it's just
so
minus
he is
1.
not interested in multi force.
That's a D12. It's the pointy one.
Pointy
There you go. So these 2, and then minus 1. 2.
Is that a 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
He kind of looks up at you, doesn't say anything, but just keeps grabbing at his head and curls into a ball.
Let's try a bit of the old healing magic.
Okay.
Let's go to the museum.
5. So he gets that wound back. So his wound. Some spooky whispers. Poke him in the bullet hole and it heals. Yeah, so I'll kind of stand him up on both
And you
feet.
see both eyes look up where the hole was, and then one kind of drifts down and fall away.
Stand him back up, dust him off a little bit, hand him the bullet, and you should probably go just sit down and get a drink there, feller. I'll give him 25 cents to go get a drink. He's had the worst day of his life.
His hand goes out and set the quarter in it, and you head on out.
Just
Nice
tell
shot.
I have a
God,
question.
Lord.
I have a question for you. Did you have exactly 25 cents left?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because If you did,
I just figured a quarter is probably enough for him to get a bit of whiskey.
Once again,
he's gonna sit there. Maybe it's because of the brain damage. Maybe it's because of how scared he is. He doesn't do anything but kind of sit there dumbfounded, staring at the coin in his hand as you all ride away.
The coin and the bullet that was just in his head.
That's right.
Before we leave, I go with the Lord, son. It'll do good for you.
That was a very nice shot, Grimes. Just.
Is somebody gonna tell me who Deep Fingers is? I've never met a fellow named Deep Fingers.
Oh, don't worry about it.
That foolish nickname.
I only know Small Fingers over here.
Sly eyes.
the sneer googly eyes.
Yeah.
Googly eye.
That's the name I always called him too.
I'm in no way surprised that Grimes won that gunfight. That's why I'm just like, hey, healing spell, here's a quarter, you should go get yourself,
That's why I was
go take care of yourself there, buddy.
The way you started laughing when he rolled the -1 just told me everything that I needed.
Well, he only had he did not have any, he didn't have like a rank, or if he did have like a rank, he was a D4 in it. I did make him wild, he had a D6 to add to it, but I said he had a -2 because he's got bad eyes. And so rolled it, and it was snake eyes at a -2, which is a -1 snake eyes roll. He still got very good initiative for how bad it could have been, but not good enough.
He drew cards very well.
Yeah, but the -1 times the snake eyes should make it negative snake eyes.
Which is why he didn't just lose, he got extra long.
I'm just trying to logic my way through how this works.
Damn.
Math.
Quick maths.
As for you guys ride on and you arrive at your museum.
I sort of doubt that guy's gonna be a problem again, but
Oh, googly eyes won't come back.
no.
Now I'll use my Flammenwerfen next time.
Activates the flamme.
I can't hear you already.
You know better than to come and bother me. I don't even understand.
Give $5.
I left. For good reason.
The past is the past, and if you try to bring it up, I'll shoot you.
I got nothing to hide, and if you try and say anything otherwise, I'll kill you to cover it up.
I don't think any of your old gang wants to be involved in the shit we're involved in.
That's true.
I think that's a little too over their head.
It's a little over your head, but you know.
I think it went right through there.
I just love that it's like we don't know Sly and I's backstory. We don't know. We just know that he was in the gang. But Deep Fingers Grimes' immediate reaction is die.
Clearly not as strong a deck.
Yeah. Not exactly strong comrades, you might say.
Well, he ain't a pretty lady, so he don't care.
You're not wrong.
If he ain't useful, he dead.
Damn.
It's cold.
Stay useful.
Yeah.
Stay thirsty, my friends. Stay useful, my friends. You guys arrived at your museum. Outside looks more or less the same as how you left it.
That's good.
Yeah. No fires. I guess we'll drop off the books that we got. And
Heading in, it has been immaculately cleaned.
Oh.
It looks like somebody was very bored here and has cleaned it multiple times since you left and maintained that level of clean. And some new furniture and stuff has moved in. There's everything's cleaned up. There's some extra bookshelves and stuff brought in, more tables and containers and stuff. It seems like it's been well set up to be a museum.
Potter, we got a reading list for you.
Potter! And coming. Running over, you see Potter. He says, "Well, what'd you find?"
I'll reach out to shake his hand first of all, and cast teleport and try and teleport him up to the balcony.
As is tradition.
As is tradition. Do we all have
I assume he's not willing, so this
He is not willing.
Even better.
Damn. There's like a poof of smoke, and
He stays right
damn. And then I'll hand
He
him.
looks at you wide-eyed. What'd you do to me?
I tried to teleport you up there, and I'll hand him a saddlebag full of books. And
What's a teleport?
What is
No, I
being
think I've
added
done
to
that
the
before.
museum specifically?
the 3 history books. Should we keep the magic item guide with us
I would.
for now, or just have it here in the reference catalog?
Are we going to be referencing some magic items?
We might. Who knows?
Could make a
You
copy.
could have
We
him
can-
make a
Yeah, we can.
copy of it.
We'll leave it here for now.
Do we have our
And
own?
this the witch amulet, the blood-soaked like totem witch hanging at that.
Do we have like our own spaces here in this museum?
No.
No.
Well, we kind of have.
You have a couple
rooms,
rooms.
right?
You had like a couple rooms you could use that you guys were kind of just roughing it in.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold on to the bag of
I'm gonna
sandbags.
go. I'm gonna go see my professor companion.
Tell me her first or last name. I don't have to look at the note. I can tell you both right now. What Mel?
I even at least know her first name.
I don't.
I have a very good reason for remembering your first name.
All right, I'll show you some Grace. Her name is Grace Crosby. Professor Grace
I'm
Crosby.
just gonna put that down in my notes here.
Oh, that
An
was-
excellent idea. I'm
that
glad
was-
you came up with it on your own.
We've all learned this lesson. We've all learned this lesson at some point.
I think it just.
Her first or
That was.
last
I just hey, it fits for Bogus' character. You can't remember.
He's an old man. Yeah,
Do we
you're
have
not.
any? Do we have any other oddities to add to the?
I will.
I assume you're keeping the sword with you.
I'm going to.
Oh wait, we have 10,000 krona.
Oh yeah, we need to get that. We should make a visit to the bank.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave one of the copies of the Beautifully Bizarre,
Okay.
but I'm gonna give Potter a strict warning that probably best to not read that until
It's
One of the signed copies or the non-signed?
the non-signed.
we don't. We only have the 2 signed copies, right?
No, we have a non-signed one.
I thought we destroyed the non-signed one.
I think he just stole it and didn't tell you guys about it.
Maybe true.
Yeah,
That wouldn't surprise me. That makes sense.
I kept the non-signed one, and I have 2 signed ones. So
Dang.
that's.
Go keep
Unsigned Book
stealing
of
them.
Prodigiosum is added to the show.
We keep stealing them.
What day is it?
Saturday.
Well, I'll tell you.
When? I'll tell you.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I go see Professor Grace Crosby.
You enter in. You get the same look you usually get from the person at the front desk, which is bitter and untrusting. And you walk back to her office. And are allowed, and if you knock, she'll just hear, "Come in."
Yeah.
Ah, Alfonso, good to see you.
Yeah, same and you. Listen, I have some notebooks here from my travels that another intellectual mind might be able to help me better understand.
I'll certainly try and take a look. Is this related to the sort of things that you all get involved in?
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at it.
So,
What are you thinking to her?
I'm going to explain the whole situation with the quarantine town and the disease. Like, hand her the disease notebook.
All right.
You may have heard of the bogus medical pavilion now in town.
Afraid I haven't.
Yeah, it's a good thing you haven't.
Looking through it, she kind of starts to look through and she's like, "Oh, this is nonsense, but directed nonsense at the very least. Whoever wrote this certainly had an idea of what they were trying to put down. It's hard to get a lot out of, if I'm honest, but it seems like a chemistry textbook for somebody trying to make diseases."
Well, I'll tell you what, she was very successful at creating that disease. Killed almost the entire town.
Well, I'll say that from my knowledge of such sciences, the logic behind some of this is quite sound. I just have a very hard time deciphering it.
Fair enough. Then I'll take the notebook back from her. And then, off in a winery in Kansas, we came across a was it Dr. Bjorklund or just Bjorklund? I don't remember.
Dr. Bjorklund. Bjorklund.
Bjorklund, yeah.
Bjorklund?
Bjorklund.
It's the Bjorklund.
What's up, Doc?
So then I'll tell her about
Mr. B.
the Dr. Bjorklund bringing the dead back and kind of hand her one of his notebooks that I snagged.
It could
Word!
She will look through it, and I will make this thing. She says, I mean, there's some theory here that is certainly unproven, but I could see this having some legs as a way to reanimate the flesh. The way he writes about it is as if he's creating life. What he's really doing is just
reanimating.
Just causing nerve impulses in a controlled manner to make a dead body move around, but at the very least it seems possible.
You humble him.
I'm just trying to think of how I word this. What pieces do you think are missing to make this reality for true reanimation?
Well, I mean, we're getting into a very theoretical and
You're like, how do I phrase this without just going, me next, me next?
Exactly.
For true creation of life, you have to be able to imbue sentience, and there's nothing here of doing that. The act of imbuing sentience is very different. I mean, that if you got a fresh enough body and did this same thing and somehow managed to cause these, even then those impulses, you're having to control them, so the normal brain functions and memories would no longer be there. It wouldn't be, I don't think it's possible, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't think you could possibly make a real living being in this manner. You could only cause that which is not living to move as if it were.
I'm about to pull out some Young Frankenstein shit. Be like, what if we were to swap brain matters, or what is it, like spinal fluid? Abnormal. What if we were to imbue some of the brain matter from a living specimen into
the way that this seems to speak of causing life again is through signal, not through brain matter directly. It's sending and receiving and causing neurological impulses and triggers to happen. It uses the brain, but it uses it more like, I guess the brain is an engine for this, but the fuel, the coal to put into this engine is required, that electric impulse, that signal being sent. And that is what is causing any movement or seeming life. I don't think that the brain is really functioning in the way he's speaking of it here. Is it possible? I've learned that anything is recently. So I wouldn't say no, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't think of a way that such a thing could happen.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have to go see another friend of mine to get his opinion on this. And, thank you for your time. And before I walk out, I hand her one of the signed copies of the Prodigiosum and another memento from my travels.
I'll have to give it a read. Gladstone. Can't say I know the name.
I haven't either, but been a thorn in my side for a while now.
Okay.
Dr. Grace is just gonna turn into mad scientist.
That's what I'm counting on. She will lead us to Gladstone.
He's onto something here.
Or she's just gonna be the one to bring you back.
Probably.
I think, yeah, that's what he was trying to get at that whole time.
I was trying to be like, can you, if I were to set this up, can you make sure it doesn't fuck up?
I don't trust any of those Neanderthals I'm riding around with to successfully perform a medical procedure.
Why do you need all that lightning and stuff to come back? Just do it, coward.
Just tell the barman.
More evil juice.
More evil juice, please.
We all just know you want to transfer your consciousness into a Bjorklund's monster to have an enormous Schwanstück.
I want to be very popular. Werewolves. There, wolf.
There, Gazzle.
Why are you talking like that?
That movie quite recently.
Yeah,
because
we
Andrea
did as well.
Hadn't ever seen it, and I introduced her.
Why are you talking like this? I thought you wanted to.
This way. Walk this way. This way. Wasn't your hump on the other side?
You know, my father used to have a saying. What did he say? Why are you doing all that time in the bathroom for? Why don't you come out now?
Igor, could you help me with Igor, could you help me with the bags? Sure. You take the blonde and I'll take the one in the turban.
All right, we can quote this movie all night. Moving on. What are you guys doing next?
I mean, I guess we need to start trying to track down anything about Dr. Gladstone. Apparently he's somewhere in this half of the country. Allegedly.
I mean, it's not like there's a bounty out for him. Can I put a bounty out for him? Can I put an APB out on Dr. Gladstone? Do APBs exist?
Yeah, but they take several months to get around.
Well, I guess we need to exchange our Swedish krona.
Yeah.
We need to look into Dr. Gladstone.
I need to go visit the Raven about swapping my subconscious.
Do we have any other things to do? Any NPCs with funny voices?
We probably should report back to Raven anyway that the problem has been taken care of.
Yeah, that's true. Also, that we might not have been the good guys in that situation.
He doesn't give a shit.
That's true.
But yeah, we should probably report back to him.
So who's doing what? What order?
Krona.
Monday.
Mr. $5 bank account over here.
It's pressing on my mind.
So everyone going to do that?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, let's
Everyone
all
goes to the bank.
I mean,
Yeah.
To the bank.
Everybody.
Straight to the bank.
Yeah.
This is a group task.
You.
I don't expect I'll be arrested.
You go to the Confluent City Bank, and Gene's like, I have 10,000 kroner. Dude, that's what now? The teller will essentially say that, like, this size of transaction and trying to transfer it is tricky to do. What they can do is open an account for someone here, bring that amount in and deposit it into the bank. And they say it may take them some time, and they'll have to find like locations to transfer this to that. Like, basically get this to cities that could actually use it and get you a exchange back in that. And in some time from now, you'll have an account here that will have a dollar amount fair for the transaction of that transferring of funds. It may just take a couple weeks' time to do so.
That's fine.
Whose name is it under? Under James Mohan?
James.
Are you sure we don't want to put it under the businessman's name? I'll return your code. I'll return your krona tenfold.
What you should do right now is, because you're a vampire now, is open a bank account and just put like $1 in it.
Let it grow the interest.
But will the interest outdo the inflation?
And then when we do this campaign again, or a campaign in this setting again, but in like modern day, then like we're interacting with like this like business mogul Jeffress who like rules half the city from his like shadowy penthouse.
He owns every general store in the entire greater Colorado, New Mexico territory area.
Territory area.
Territory area.
Terrataria sounds like the name of a continent in a bad fantasy novel.
Territoria.
So where are we going? Terrataria.
Why?
The bridge-
To mine unobtaining.
The bridge to Terrataria.
Too sad.
What else were we doing? We got the money figured out.
Yeah, I'm not figured out. We needed to maybe track down this weird box and be like, hey, have you guys seen some like weird boxes coming through like this? You know, that just.
So you guys wanting to try and go to Rocky Mountain Railroad Company's?
Yeah, do they have like a
HQ?
freight office?
They do. They're kind of main freight office HQ. Like the HQ of the entire company is here.
Right.
You guys have been there actually to this kind of office before and talked to the
Yeah, for the oil.
For the oil to burn out the ghoul hole.
Yeah.
You guys and good old.
That's gonna be way back there in the notes.
I don't remember.
You guys and good old.
I think his name was like Henry or something.
Well, it was immediately after that we ran into the Hannah Alabama.
Right.
That's all I remember.
We're debating construction of that.
I'm looking in the wrong spot. That would help me if I went to the right spot.
That's true.
Yeah, I figure that's the
Road
place to
foreman
start.
Vernon Hancock.
Hancock, not Henry.
And if you guys go for your ranger, they'll let you in, and just like they did before, and you can talk to good old Vernon.
Yeah.
You know, come out and be like,
Mr. Head.
Ranger, been some time. How can I help you?
Well, I'm tracking down a feller, and at one of his last known locations, he left behind a box like this. And I just thought it might have been significant enough that you might be able to give me a lead.
Now, I can tell you exactly what that box is. I'm a weird guy who just knows
Knows about
things.
boxes.
This is the story. He's like, yeah, I'd recognize that box anywhere.
And he looks in
boxes
like,
all
and
day
he
long.
flips it
That's what
open.
box.
Did you leave the like straw and stuff inside? And he like flips it open. He's like, oh yeah, no, this. So these exclusively come from our mining clients. Specifically, they transfer kind of like precious materials, soft metals, gemstones, stuff like that through these specifically. The larger ores and stuff are transferred in larger boxes, but smaller
Now
refined
we
fractional
know the
things.
boxes to steal when we pull our train robbery.
So, these are kind of few and far between. It tends to be sent for purity testing and things of the sort for different refineries and stuff when they're doing business contracts and the like.
I see. Is it common that it doesn't have any kind of like shipping address or anything on it?
Well, for this specifically, it was probably part of a larger shipment that would have had those specifics attached to it. These smaller, as I said, this is kind of a proof of purity and things like that for bigger business deals once they arrive. It'd be taken off of the overall larger freight and given to individuals. There'd be probably a note or something, a piece of paper that's brought to the person expecting this particular package. That's why I wouldn't have the stamping on itself for where it's from, just because of the
Can you just take a whiff of the box and tell us what was inside?
Any of these go missing, or
I can't say none that haven't been accounted for since.
no? It seems like came through official channels.
Okay. Well, can we say we have a rough estimate of when he was there, right?
Yeah,
Like when? So, how long ago was that, roughly? Several months.
yeah, several months ago. So, and I guess it could have been anywhere between like 2 weeks and a month before that, if he got it off of this rail line
And then took it down.
and then took it down that way.
Yeah. So we're gonna fudge some math here, but it's like, could you check if these don't come through very often? Could you check the records for say 3 months ago if any came through, and maybe for where they originated?
I can certainly take a look. We keep pretty good records here. Give me just 1 second, Ranger. I'll be right back. And it's right back is like 20 to 30 minutes. This guy's digging through ledgers.
Yeah, this guy's like digging.
He doesn't go to a computer and search for this type of
this
crate
thing.
and check the records.
It's him like going to a pile of papers for that section of months, and he comes back and says, "Well, I've got good news for you. I've got bad news for you. We'll start with bad news first. That's always the best way to do it. There were quite a few of these in this shipment. I think I know what shipment this one came from, but we're talking 30 different small boxes with these different purity checks going to just about every refinery in this half the country, to not to specific individuals, but to larger boxes for these companies, and there were a lot all at once. Good news is I can tell you where it came from. The only people to be shipping any of these recently were that large shipment, and that was all from the Fortune Brothers Mining Company. It's up north ways, near the end of the railroad in Montana.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Just out of curiosity, anything in those ledgers about a Mr. Gladstone?
You know, I didn't pay attention to every name, but it was companies it was getting sent to, not individuals.
Fair enough. Just a person of interest. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Hancock. I'll be in touch. Appreciate. Always
happy to
appreciate
help.
a man that knows his boxes.
Well, I appreciate it, Ranger, doing Ranger work.
Hi, what's this funny box? Hi, what's this funny box? We just start collecting funny boxes that becomes the collectibles quest, is collecting funny shaped boxes, and if you take him back to this NPC, he just tells you some little blurb about him. Yeah.
I would take the time to do that.
It's just the Animal Crossing, like you pull out the fish and like gives you like you can take it down to the museum and it'll tell you like some little blurb about the fish.
This is my favorite part.
There you go.
Okay. We have
A lead.
a lead.
Have a headache.
How come every one of our leads is states and states away? We have a lead. It's way back in Colorado. We have a lead. It's way out East Coast. We have a lead. It's way back in Colorado. We have a lead. It's way up in Montana.
We're just well traveled.
That's right.
Soon we're gonna be like having to head to like Alaska or some shit.
That'd be cool.
Why do you gotta say stuff like that?
Then we all get our. I
saw that.
Alaska's not a state yet, I don't think.
but
territory.
But by this point in time, we have purchased it from the Russians. So I have.
That's what I was banking on.
I have my. I have my my like elk god coat. So my winter gear set's all set.
I have my flamethrower so I can just keep warm.
North to Montana.
Yeah, I mean that's a good lead. There
You guys
was
do
no
anything
was there
have any-
anything else?
Oh,
Go
talk
into
to
the-
Raven.
Go talk to Raven.
Yeah.
Check in.
Do you wanna check in with your other boss?
Yeah, I guess I can stop in.
Which one first?
I guess Fox first since he's in town.
Okay. So, I mean, they're both in town, but
That's right.
you're gonna head to Ranger HQ first.
Yeah.
Right.
You should do that by yourself.
Yeah.
On
You
account
head in
of
by yourself?
The sheer number of wanted criminals in this house.
Hey,
I'm not wanted anymore.
The person behind the kind of one of the secretaries, essentially is like,
After this fella.
Mohan, is that you?
That's me.
Oh, the boss was looking
You
for
say
you.
you did
Ah,
shot
hey.
dildo?
Some sort of tip came in. He wanted to ask
Those
you
are
about it.
expensive.
Alright, well, I'll go take a look.
All right, thank you. And you head on up. You enter in, and you walk in to see.
I'm sorry. The peanut gallery's completely ruining.
Enter into Mr. Fox's office there, and walking in, he's sitting there smoking. Mohan, good to see you. You have some good time off. Get some rest.
More or less.
I got a question
Not like I
for you.
died once or twice.
I feel like this better not become a common thing for you. I had a feller coming through asking questions of people about a description of a ranger. Says you're riding with an outlaw. You know anything about a Grimes Deep Fingers Garcia?
You know, there was I saw a wanted poster about that, but I can't say that I was pursuing him.
Okay. No, haven't met the feller. Don't know anything about him. Just his poster.
Just his poster.
Okay.
Handsome fellow. I mean, I guess I'm not one to talk, but
You're saying with two more,
Yeah.
like, more
Just like
gnarly scars than
gnarly
you had
scars.
last time?
Is that a sword?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Crazy fella. That was some. I'll have to tell you a story sometime. Crazy.
I'd like it right now. The hell have you been doing on this time off? You got scars across your face. I remember you being ugly, not quite this much, and I don't remember you having a damn sword on your hip.
Well, how do you say? Some of us are just blessed with finding trouble.
I'll say.
I was delivering a letter for the governor to a friend of his. It wasn't official work. It was more just a favor that he had asked me to do, and I was like, well, I'm taking some time off, doing a little bit of, stretching my legs. And the son of a bitch was running around, just causing a ruckus. He had this big white horse, and
Looks out
He
the
was
front
just-
window, there's a horse patrolling.
let me spin my yarn over. You have no idea the smoke screen I have.
Mostly for all of you.
You're over here.
The thing is, if the smoke screen drops and we get every lawman on both sides of the border after us for the rest of the campaign, that is going to be one hell of a fun campaign, man.
Listen, I'm just also gonna say this. It's just those three who have it. We cleared mine up.
That's right.
So, just causing a ruckus, and when we, took him into custody, and no one really knew what to do with the damn thing, and I just figured I'd hold on to it, because I'll tell you what, that feller is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, I can't say I could think of something much more intimidating to law-abiding folk than a ranger walking in with a goddamn night sword hanging from
It's
his
pretty
hip.
cool.
Unorthodox, but hell,
I can't say that I've ever used it. It's just, honestly, what the heck am I gonna do with it? Like, I didn't want to just leave it laying around, but I didn't really feel like pawning it.
Boy, have you ever had a scoop of honey ain't got a bee in it?
I don't think so.
I'll say, because you now most rangers have a knack for trouble. If we get right down and honest to it, you got a knack for trouble. You got a goddamn magnetism to it.
Yeah, I do. As you say, sometimes you throw shit at the wall to see what sticks, and I really feel like the wall most times.
You certainly look like that wall to me. How's the missus?
Doing well.
Good to hear.
Yeah, I've got that mix up with the mail figured out, so she's actually getting my checks instead of waiting for me to wander through.
Well,
that was a short-sightedness on my part, for sure.
Good man. Stick to that. Learn lessons. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing really for you at the moment. However, if you wouldn't mind trying to track down any info you can on this Deep Fingers feller, if he's been spotted around town, with you or without you, there's a decent bounty on his head, and from what I've heard, he's got enough of a past that's worth bringing in. Well, don't want him in the city, that's for sure.
Fair enough.
He'd probably just shoot man in the street.
This is gonna be one of those classics where, like, I look at the wanted poster and I look, well, god damn it, I thought he had a bigger nose.
Well, it's also like, it's not like that guy's gonna turn witness. What's he gonna be like? That fella great, he shot me in the head. And they'll be like, you look fine to me.
Well, it's
You think you got it, man? They killed me.
It's
But I got
once again, I'm just gonna have to continue to deflect and evade and like dip, dodge, dive,
Never catch up.
Where I look at it and go,
Dodge, and
you know, he said his name was Rodriguez. I didn't even think.
I think with a name like Grimes Deep Fingers, I wouldn't expect him to be Hispanic.
He said his name was Juan Rodriguez. I was like, all right, sounds fine to me. Good enough shot.
Look, man, I'm a modern gentleman. I'm not racist. Not every handsome Hispanic feller's this Grimes. Come on, man.
And I'm pretty sure his name was Short Fingers. I'm pretty sure
What
the
was
crazy
that?
old man kept calling him that.
What was I gonna do? Ask for his birth certificate?
What's that?
That's the other thing. So, some guy comes up to you and you say, hey feller, you're a good shot. You want to posse up with me for a bit? I got some work to do. Yeah, sure. What's your name? Oh, I'm Juan Rodriguez. You're like, all right, sounds
Sure
good
you
to
are.
me."
Let's go.
Sounds about right. Let's move on.
It's one of those things.
I am
got wanted
genius.
identification. It was called the Wild West for a reason.
I am genius. Sure you are.
Certainly got enough nitroglycerin. Why is this fella with you? Because I don't want him wandering off.
So, you head out from there, I assume?
Yep.
Another
Another smoke screen successfully cast.
You head out and head over to Raven. And you can arrive outside of there. You are allowed entry in, and you all walk into the same room you've been in many a time. And Raven is in there waiting for you. So, from what I've heard, you've been... well, I guess I don't know exactly what happened with Hyena. He's not the best at corresponding, but from what I understand, there was quite the incident up east.
Hyena saved my life, that's for damn sure.
Up east, that's Pennsylvania, isn't it?
I'm speaking first about Lizard. Something about a disease. You a doctor?
No, not at all.
We mostly looked at that one, to be honest.
That one really depends on who you ask. You ask a very small group of people.
Now,
I am no doctor, but I know mad scientists.
But he's a smartass, that's for damn sure.
the real thing that we have to talk about here is this Dr. Gladstone is really causing a ruckus across the country at this moment. I don't know that he's...
Word's been sent out everywhere that I could send it, and I've gotten next to nothing back.
Well, we've got a lead through the railroad
Okay.
that we're probably going to be moving on.
And a couple bodies we found. Or one body specifically. Oh, gross.
Yeah, we're kind of suspecting. We feel like we're starting to suspect what his plan is. What was the word order we decided on? Cyborg zombie werewolves.
Yeah.
Seems like a mad scientist plot to me, I suppose.
Well, yeah, we're putting in... What was the fortunate Fortunate Sun Mining. What was the mining company?
Fortune Brothers. man.
Fortune Brothers. There you go.
Fortunate Sun Mining.
I got one of the two, and it
no. As you're writing up, whereas I was just born in the bayou.
So.
And that doctor, that one doctor you met up east, she was down with the sickness.
That's not even CCR.
But it is a song. I'd love a CCR cover of Down with the Sickness.
I thought for sure. Look, we can't do a CCR.
If anybody can do it, John Fogerty could.
Still, anytime I just make a noise, it sooner or later turns into. It's like every time.
It says, so what'd you find with Hyena?
Well, there was some kind of. Well, I guess I was unconscious for a chunk of it. Going after him with this thing.
Did we concluded fallen angel? And that was all we concluded.
Something like it. The devil implied that. Yes.
Now, I haven't had many interaction with a fallen angel, but I haven't had a single interaction with a fallen angel that wasn't an interaction with a devil or a demon. Are we talking a demon or are we talking an angel?
We're talking
Half fallen, I guess.
Half fallen because
So, no wings, but still very
holy.
He seemed to
least he
take
thought.
God's work into his own hands. Don't sound very holy to me.
Sounds like somebody in the doghouse, what it sounds like to me.
Dog's been put down now.
Oh, certainly on a mission, you might say.
Making up for something. Well, whatever it was, I'm glad you cleared it up and stopped him from doing it, because I'm not looking for that kind of trouble.
Yeah, we lost my life. Somehow I got back, and
Something seemed different about you. Don't smell the same.
I done see the devil where I should have been. Somehow came back.
Glad you're back and not spending time with any fully fallen folk.
Oh yeah, we spend too much time with him anyway.
We can stop.
They might show up.
Say his name into a mirror 3 times, spin in a circle. Poof.
There with whiskey.
Yeah. Walks in a glass of whiskey and
Thanks, Scratch, and you just walk away.
hey, I was gonna say vaguely threatening advice to you. Get back.
I'll just summon you for the whiskey.
Come back here.
Be a lot cooler if you see him.
Is that this? Yeah, I'm just going to interject here. We also stumbled upon a winery run by Dr. Bjorkland. He seemed to be in on this whole plan with Dr. Gladstone creating the zombie cyborg part of things here.
Weirdly enough, the devil did give us a hint to go to that winery, which is really funny.
At this point, I'll hand him both the Bjorkland notebooks.
Kind of glance through and he just shakes their head. I go cross-eyed just staring at that. My advice to you is, if you're talking with the devil, be careful what you listen to. Not that you need that advice. I can't say that I've frequented conversations with the real devil myself, but any of a fully fallen sort isn't going to give you any leads or any advice that don't serve their own ends, as I'm sure you're all aware. What those ends are and figuring that out, that's on you, I suppose. But step lightly.
I'm not. This is not said out loud. This is a player thing where I'm like, yeah, he wants this sword to do something with, and I'm sketched out by it.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, part of me thinks the devil's piecing us along just because of the inevitable trail of death and destruction we leave in our wake everywhere we go. But part of me is also worried that the devil. I mean, he's always planning something.
We done been set up.
Could
We are
for
the
looking
puppets of
at
the
this, looking at the notebooks
of
for the
death.
Bjorkland notebooks, Could I do like a weird science roll to see if I could figure out the missing piece to keep consciousness when reanimating?
You think that's not like something you can read the notes and see, like, that'd be like reading an equation that solves for X using Y and being like, I wonder what Z is when it's not even a part of this equation. Like, his notes aren't missing something, they're disregarding that fact altogether and acting on other information.
Yeah.
So that's more of a trial and error, you trying to figure it out on your own time sort of thing.
Damn.
Raven does speak up, saying, can I see that blade again? May I hold it? I'll hand it back to you. I'm not going to slash it or anything. He kind of like, grips it and looks at it and hands it back across to you. Says, now, the answer can certainly be no, but would you be willing to part with that? Something like that's quite the find.
Based on my knowledge of it, I'll feel a lot safer with it with me than someplace than selling it for money. I think in the wrong hands, this thing could be very dangerous.
Certainly could.
Shoot, we could just lock it up and have Potter watch it.
I don't trust Potter.
Until Potter goes mad with Potter.
Until
Potter
someone walks in and
inevitably
goes,
reads
"Hey,
the
is that
Prodigio
yes, but it's
70.
mine."
He's like, here, how's that work?
He says, I'd have a hard time swinging the thing around myself, but it's a rare find. If you change your mind, financial or otherwise, I would compensate you handsomely.
How
Look.
many angel swords are there in the world?
Not many.
Look, when we
At any given time,
Probably about one.
probably about one.
look when we inevitably have to deal with Raven and his bodyguard, I don't want his bodyguard swinging a big fuck off sword around. And well, swinging a big fuck off sword around is bad enough. It's worse if it's this like
Yeah.
super
I probably
special
will start like keeping it like wrapped in something, like make it look like a rifle essentially.
Okay.
Like wrap it and like have it because I'm not planning on like once
You're tired of
I
people
might
asking
swing it
about
against
it.
something. Well, I might swing it against something that's like literally supernatural because that's
we're dealing with that all the
You
time.
certainly, I would say that you could get like a fully enclosed, like side satchel, sort of like rifle sling,
Yeah,
and one that has like a fold over on the back, and you could just store
rifle
it
boot
inside
will run
that.
you $3.
You can find one of those that'll fully encase it, so that there's not like a hilt hanging out the back end
it's
of it,
just
but
the
you can
classic,
still have
like,
somewhat easy
I
access
kind of
to it.
forget I have it, and then people start mentioning it, and I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Kind of weird something else.
Okay, you have $2.15.
Thank you. I tipped the
Says,
guy.
well,
I'm just kidding.
best of luck to you then, if you're tracking this other lead down up north.
I think that's going to be a problem we're going to nip in the bud. Well, I guess more tear up by the roots. It's kind of already a problem.
I'll keep my folks with ears out there and listening to this Gladstone.
Any other mad? Seems like there's kind of a whole coterie of these mad scientist fellers.
Whole convention, one smoking.
And in prison, as far as we know. Unless something's happened since we left. If you could kind of keep your ear to the ground for any other sort of mad scientist types that might go a long way towards helping us out.
We tend to listen in for
Obviously, that aren't.
odd issues.
Professor here.
That's not one that I can say I have quite the same level of information trickling in on, but I could certainly open up those faucets a little.
Well, it may be one of those things you don't know is there until you look for it.
Very well. I can certainly have my people out listening.
All right.
Appreciate it.
You got to keep your head to the ground.
Why?
Because I got asked about you.
By who? Who's
As
that?
captain. Yeah. So.
Grimes is like, oh, somebody looking for it.
Was she pretty?
This captain.
How hot is she?
I hate to break it to you,
Stunning.
The Rangers are generally a male-dominated industry.
Boo.
Roll me a notice, Mohan.
Are there any dead animals nearby?
Oh!
I was gonna be like, I can't.
I do nothing. I take my lumps.
Don't worry about it.
Notice.
As I'm
But
joking,
now I'm worried.
That's the whole
It's
idea.
the class. Such is my punishment.
Well, what should I do?
Grow a mustache, maybe.
I have a full beard and mustache.
Shave it. Shave your beard.
You know that while you are a handsome boy, your jawline. You know, beards are makeup for men, and the only downside that you think your face has is not the strongest jaw that you wish you did, and the beard gives you just a little stronger jaw. It'll make you non-statistically slightly less attractive if I have that beard. It's something you know well.
He's learned that lesson many a time.
What about a fake pair of glasses? What would that do?
Depends on who you're trying to attract. I mean, non-prescription lens glasses that you can track down. I mean, if you're looking for someone who's into the educated type, maybe. But
There's also a point in history where all glasses you get, period, are the little round ones. That's the only ones they make.
Dr. Bogus
Dr.
has
Grace
one.
is just all of a sudden.
I assume you guys are done with Raven.
Yeah.
You guys are done.
I'm gonna. This is out of character moment and just be like jokingly turn back. You got any dead animals back there I can have?
I
If
just
you
feel
need
the
dead
way the
animals to
mice
experiment
is-
on, I can shoot animals. I've just been
I just feel the way the mice
for food.
my failed minutes. I
Instead
just
of
assume
having
that it's like
a plus
even in
4, I will have a plus
because I failed one roll.
I'm gonna.
You know, there's lots of rolls you can fail that really are going to ruin you. This isn't going to ruin you. It's just be a lot nicer if you knew what you did. But now I don't know.
Snake eyes on the notice roll. Imminent doom intensifies.
Is that heavy metal? Why's heavy metal playing?
Information that could have been helpful, but I don't now. I now don't have.
Do I very faintly hear boss music?
Why did Will in editing just switch to that kind of plucky, upbeat guitar that plays whenever combat's happening?
Oh man.
I will shave my beard.
You're gonna shave your beard off?
Yeah.
No, to be fair, what does he look like in the wanted poster? Does he have a beard? I guess
I've
It's-
always
Well, it's only yeah.
makes sense.
I mean, historically, most wanted posters didn't have pictures.
Oh, that's
It's just descriptions. So that's kind of what you want to do with it.
Yeah, I would say it probably isn't a picture of him, but he's probably described as having a beard. Fair enough. Although,
Well, I
that's
don't
not
know.
something you're gonna be like, well, this guy doesn't have a
let's-
beard. Clearly, it's impossible. It's him.
Let's read Grimes is watching.
Oh yeah. Of course, we have the one. Yeah.
Garcia is a handsome man of Mexican descent, believed by this department to be armed and dangerous. Well, yeah. Doesn't really say if he's got a beard or not. It just says he's handsome Mexican man of Mexican descent. That's all it says.
gotta make
No
it sound
details on whether he has beard or not.
Just say you're Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Say
It was some Puerto Rican guy.
Shakira, Puerto Rican.
Yes. Do you know how he looked like? Puerto Rican.
So, anything else you guys doing? You shave the beard off. You still get your +4. It doesn't affect you statistically. You're not losing that.
Oh,
You're not
thank
losing
God.
that. It's a non-statistical change. You just know and
In your
understand
heart.
that you are slightly less attractive.
Everyone's got
At
the
this
cost
point,
of care.
I'm
Really,
gonna
you
ask
should have waited to shave it off till we got back into town, because we're heading way up north into Montana. You're not even wanted in that country.
I guess that's true.
I'm gonna ask Ed to hunt down an animal.
Okay.
Maybe I'll grow out a little
I'm
bit of
going
stuff.
I don't need a big animal. I just
Well, it's gonna have to be a big animal, or it ain't gonna survive in very good condition getting shot by my rifle.
all right, man.
Go ahead and make a survival
I
check.
brought you a squirrel, I say, handing him a bowl of meat.
A bloody patch of skin, of fur.
I say, handing him the tail.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It was glorious. I shot it and it exploded.
So I was about to roll a shooting roll. That's pretentious of me.
If you're saying, like, to do this experiment, like, you're not, like, taking a deer, shoving a rod up his ass, waiting for a thunderstorm. Like, like, you guys will have to wait here and spend some time for you to, like, set up
no,
to do
Absolutely
this.
not.
Like, you'd have to, like, build a box that transmits the signal, and you'd have to have the right probes in place on the body. Like,
I can't keep.
this isn't just like rub your hands together and slap a deer corpse and it goes. Like, you'd have to. You have to spend time to do.
Okay, can I give Potter or Grace Crosby my specifics and have them just get it built for me then when I come back?
You feel like Grace probably wouldn't do it. Without going and talking to her, you feel like she's probably not the type to mess with something like that. Potter potentially would do his best with that, but you're not sure he'd be able to read the notes now.
Okay.
So it's up to you if you trust him to try. But you'd have to convince him too, probably.
Could I? Well, I guess I can't really explain it because Bogus Lake only understands a little bit of the.
You understand the notes fairly well, but you can't, like, for you to explain it in a way that helps him, you'd have to be there. Like, this is a long process. He'd have to. You could try and have.
Could I write down like, almost like it was like a Shakespeare translated thing? Like, this is what he means. Do this X, Y, and Z.
You could certainly try.
Can I try that before?
Well, you don't know if it's successful or not. Like, you can say you have done that, and I will have a roll for it, but that's not something that you get to be
fine.
like, I roll it, it's bad, I don't have him try it anymore. Like, you know what? If you're having him do it,
I'll take the risk. I'll try it.
Okay.
I'll try it. I'll just
go ahead and give me, what are the knowledge skills?
Smart.
Like in academics. Give me an academics to try and, how well you can put this into academic speech from your knowledge of it in madman speech.
okay. That is a 5.
A 5. You think you've done a pretty good job. And you're asking Potter to try and build the devices for this?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a, whatever the persuasion is in this.
Wasn't he already really bored, though?
He seems very bored. There might be numbers on the back end of this, and he's fairly, like, happy to try and do his best for it.
We've given him 4 more books to study. A bunch of occult history and magic item
I'd
guide.
use a Benny on that.
That won't take him long. That'll take him about a week. Then I'll be back to being bored.
Wow. Such is the life of an undergraduate. Or graduate student?
That is a 5. Or no, -2 because I got the twitching eye, so it's a 3.
A 3. Okay. He says he'll do his best.
Doesn't inspire the most confidence, but I'm gonna trust him with it. I'm just gonna have to hope. Like,
You notice, like, a huge lack of confidence from him in himself, but a willingness to attempt it.
I'll give him some words of
Encouragement? What are they? I want to know how this may affect the role he's going to make. So what specifically do you say to Potter to encourage him for this?
Trust in your intellect, my son. Or my boy. I'm gonna say this.
Oh, almost let it slip there.
Dad?
Your name is not Potter. It is Bogus.
Trust in your intellect. You are smarter than you think, my boy.
The young Bogus.
So, there you go.
Okay,
That's what I
young
said.
Sheldon.
And then you all are on the road from there?
On the road.
Heading up northward?
Well, good. Take a train.
That is true. There's a train that goes up there.
You guys taking the train?
I think we should take this.
How much of tickets run us? I can cover his on account of how he's broke.
Are we stowing can we stow horses on the train?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think you need to bring Gideon.
I need Gideon.
Are you bringing your spare horse, or are you leaving your spare horse?
No,
back?
I'll leave my spare.
The
horse.
sports?
The
Nah, he can
sports?
stay
No, we
here.
don't
You
need
should
sports.
sell
The sport-
horse.
I think I might actually just sell George because he deserves to.
Greener pastures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't sell him to the
How about you
factory.
why don't you just eat him?
George, you've been a
How much
good
is a horse
horse.
in this system?
Like $50, I think.
Oh.
Maybe more.
I'm just saying, like, you're a
George is a
man.
legit horse. She's one that's
$150
for a legit horse.
for a legit horse.
Okay, damn.
That's
I
why
say
you
you
go
can
for
sell
El
him for
Chico.
100. If you'd like to do
Listen,
so. He's a fine steed.
listen. I'm just saying, you need to eat. You can totally eat
No,
George.
no, we have plenty of money.
We could eat Spanky.
If you touch
Jeffress is
Spanky,
not
I will
satisfied
kill you.
with animal flesh.
No hesitation. Nobody touch Spanky.
You said 100?
100.
How much
So
is it?
Slur's buying everyone's train tickets. is what I'm
Oh.
hearing.
Before I leave, I drop off.
Don't do it.
There's reasons for this, but I do drop off $33.02
Where?
to the church as a tithe.
Okay. Did you have 2 cents?
No, I had
Exactly.
15 cents,
No, that was he took 10%.
but
of
that is
his
exactly
cash.
10% rounded up.
Okay. I was like, he's like, it's like,
I have reasons.
it's like, before we leave, I would like to donate. No.
No, please, no.
Stop
God,
it.
no.
And it's to the low church, not the fancy church.
The church, what has your friend in it? Or there's like the smaller church you went to.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's not the same church that has.
No.
No, Brother Benji's
He's in the big Catholic church. So you're the smaller.
God bless
one.
us.
Okay. All right.
How much are tickets?
Oh God, that's why.
With
That's
your,
why
with your vehicles, with your horses coming along, we'll say it's going to run you guys $5 a person.
$5
For you and your horses get
Okay.
transported.
I'll
up
take
there.
10 off and cover his.
I just want you to know that doing that 2 cents made my math harder.
So,
I'm not taking one of the bonus rules away, but I appreciate you.
I just want you to know
He just appreciates your misery.
That's what I appreciate about you.
that's what I appreciate about you.
I do things right.
We all like, no.
Hold on. No, wait. No, hold on.
I just love that something annoys her. Somebody's like, I swear to God.
Drive me! It's the best kind of gun. It's the one that shoots you later. You've forgotten I have it.
It is a true, like, Chekhov's gun.
You all saw it, and you know, like, why did they show that gun? That gun's gonna come up. Why was it?
We're gonna hit the final boss for like 200 damage. And he's still gonna have like 2 extra wounds.
Look, when we play D&D, I'll do the same thing. I'll just add 1 point of AC to the boss every time. That's much worse.
Much worse.
So you guys are gonna kind of be gathering up and heading out.
Yep.
Heading towards the train station.
Oh.
There's another a bit of a call out that'll happen here, and it's actually a guy who's like, you can see is also on horseback, and you don't necessarily recognize, but you recognize something about him. He's kind of a pretty imposing looking figure on horseback. He's got a long duster on and a wide brimmed hat, and he has a ranger badge on. And he's kind of like riding, and he looks like he's riding like he's looking for somebody or something, and he takes note as he sees you guys, and he kind of turns the horse to the side and like rides to meet your path. And he rides up in front of you and he says, Mohan? He kind of glances at all of them. All of the
It starts going through a sheaf of wanted posters.
He says, hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but I think you may have... And he kind of looks at Grimes a little and kind of squints at him, and then looks over at Ed and kind of gives a close look. There's at least 1, if not 2, wanted folk riding with you at the moment.
What?
Excuse me!
I look at Bogus
Okay.
and I go, Bogus,
What?
did you blow something up again?
This is a legitimate moment of laughter.
He said, I don't know about that, fella, but this gentleman right here, gentleman's not a word if he's who I think he is, I believe is a wanted criminal from around these parts. It's not too often you see an eye patch wearing young lady riding around. From what I hear, there's a hefty bounty on her head down Louisiana ways.
Now, excuse me, good sir.
Looking
What's the names on the bounties here?
Looking through my inventory for anything to get out of this situation.
Parnell and Grimes Garcia.
Wait a second, I thought that Parnell's eye patch was on the other side.
I don't reckon it was specified.
Sorry, I had to say that.
You go, what I got?
Now,
I don't think I've seen another young woman with an eye patch sporting guns riding around.
Oh,
I think it'd be best if the lot of y'all rode in with me back to the station if you're not who I think you two are. And we get this cleared up.
well,
Can my bag of Sandman sand get us out of this situation? I don't even know what that shit does exactly.
out of character mode. It's just you're like you. And Bogus chimes in and just goes, What are you talking about? My nephew and granddaughter over here?
it's the well, if it isn't the consequences of my actions.
Look, yeah, I am so glad this happened. I think this is a fantastic moment because I got no fucking clue how he's gonna get us out of this or how we're gonna get ourselves out of this without all of us just going.
No.
Grimes pulling a gun.
What's-
Grimes,
what's
put that
going-
gun away.
Is anyone
Starts
doing
pulling the
anything?
other
I
gun.
know. I'm really thinking like. I'm trying to think so hard.
I assume you didn't know this.
God no, I thought his name was Rodriguez. I assume it is Rodriguez.
I'm gonna ask you folks to go ahead and pull out your firearms, hand them over here, get on foot, and head towards the station. Slowly, he says, glancing at the firearm on your hip. Like kind of leaning back and resting his own hand on his handle.
I'm shadowing this dude. I'm Rangers United. I got my hand on.
I'll undo my gun belt
Okay.
and like hook it, like belt it back together and hang it on the like saddle horn of my horse. Shit, I don't know what
So
I'm doing.
I'm really contemplating if I try to do this charisma check.
I mean, I'm just like I mean, he's our brave leader, and he's like kind of going along with this at the moment. So I'm just like,
What are you doing there, Grimes?
I guess I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Grab this like I shade for this.
That's the shitty part. He's shitty.
I'm gonna say I'm Puerto Rican the whole time.
I'll take. So yeah, I'll do the gun belt, and then I'll take like my knife out,
Okay.
put it in the saddlebag, and I'll reach into another pocket, and I guess magic pocket sand. But what's the word I'm going to use? Because I feel like there's a chance this could like get us out of here, but I don't want him to just like. I don't want to completely mind erase this guy. I mean, I could like try and get him to forget the last 24 hours, which just like.
Just say
Buys us
mistaken.
24 hours? Mistaken? That's a good one. I guess it's kind of meta to ask, isn't it? To ask the
You
table.
don't know how it works.
I don't know how it works. No, but it's kind of meta to ask the table for like, what's a good keyword to
what's a
chuck
good
this
keyword?
magic sand in the guy's face.
It's a little. I'm not gonna be nitpicky about that.
We'll try mistaken.
So are you like throwing
Pocket
sand?
sand.
Okay, pocket sand in it.
Mistaken.
Mistaken. Interesting.
What are you gonna Jedi mind trick him?
Basically,
Jerry,
we are cornered. We are rats in a cage.
I
Speak for
knew.
yourself, rodent.
I forgot you on with the fake glasses. Damn it.
That's old school.
I'm just
We're
saying-
trapped like rats. Speak for yourself, rodent.
So you throw it, and it certainly disorients this guy. And he's kind of like grabbing at his eyes, and he's like, "Moin, get her!
Get over here!
Did that work?
I am yelling and like making stomping noises and stuff. Like I'm like trying to get her.
Shit.
It seems like there's no immediate effect on him, apart from he's having a really hard time seeing at the moment.
That is going to affect the shit out of his dreams later. I say, like re-cinching the little bag of sand and handing it over to Mohan.
So, are you guys just waiting for this guy to kind of get himself back together and then going with him, or are you doing anything
Oh,
in this
I
opportunity?
fucking ran.
So you, yeah, right?
Like, yeah, get back here.
Short fingers, get back here. Where are you going? Like just throw a wrong name out there to try and trick him.
The wrong name that's
Moe.
super close to the right.
Mohan, sorry about this. And I'm gonna deck Mohan,
Okay.
and I guess I'll hop on my horse and ride as well. That way, hopefully it's just us that gets in trouble.
I'm gonna go grab. I'm gonna help up Mohan after he got punched.
I'm gonna pursue them.
Okay. So this guy kind of comes. Are you just like sitting there grabbing your face? Well, this guy kind of wipes the last little bit of sand out and like he has the gun out now and is like looking around. What is he seeing?
He's probably seeing Bogus like trying to help
I'll like
Mohan up.
I like have my gun out. Like I'll make sure I look like I'm actually
He sees
pursuing
me
them.
like
Fire a couple
bent
shots.
over, like I
I
got
will.
punched
Fire a
in the
couple shots.
nose. Like I'm like bent over, like I'm like like I got off my horse to like try to grab it Ed.
Okay.
And that's when we like were trading
Alright.
the pockets in, and I was like, and then I act like I got punched. I'm like
This guy's gonna kind of turn around. So it's just Professor and you left here. He's gonna turn, look, and hear the gunshot and see you riding after, and he's gonna turn down. Ah! And he's gonna ride, and this horse is gonna turn and chase after that.
shit.
And he's gonna be like, "Come on, Mohan, don't let him get away!"
I'll hop on my horse, I guess. Shit.
To you at the front of this chase.
I don't look. I expect that now they're shooting behind Spanky. So by the time Spanky stops running, he'll be in Montana.
That is true.
I think I'm just gonna try and get out of town and use my like survival and like wilderness stealth expertise to just like ghost from there.
Okay.
Either way, I think it behooves us to split up. So I'll probably cut off from the path that Spanky is taking. I assume of his own accord.
Both of you make a riding check for me.
I do not control Spanky. Is a friend.
Spanky doesn't even have reins. Like, it's just a saddle. And Grab just sits and Grab sits and like, over here, Spanky.
That's how he can shoot so well because he's not.
I've never seen a horse train that well. He's a real gunslinger.
He just runs from me. The thing is, Spanky's also afraid of trees, so it keeps him on the path.
Unlike every one of Eric, unlike every one of
Does that include your -1 from your?
Yes, that
unlike every
Four?
one of Erickson's horses in Red Dead Online, Spanky avoids trees. Mine is a 5 on the riding check.
Okay. You guys branch off. What is Jeffers doing as they branch off down 2 different pathways?
I will leave Ed and go towards Grimes.
Okay. Are you riding after
Yes,
him?
I'll follow him.
Okay. He's gonna ride. He's like gets to the point where he like sees you break either direction as he rounds a corner, and he's gonna call back and basically says like, "Mohan, what?" He's like, "One went that way," and he points down the pathway that the 2 of you and you rode down, and he's gonna turn and he's gonna go after Ed.
Okay. I gotta assume that Ed's got her figured out, so I'll split off.
One thing of funny note here, almost like it's not even very close. Gideon gains so like if you're riding like you're like pretending to shoot, but like by the time you round the corner and go in a straightaway, he is at the tail of Spanky, who is terrified and trying to run away from Gideon at this point. But Gideon gets to where it's like a kind of steady gallop to be on pace with him.
Now we don't have to do that to poor Spanky.
Yes, Spanky's
It's hard.
Yes, Spanky's just
know
like,
what?
he's a goddamn fucking demon horse. I can't handle this. God damn.
Spanky is just staying in the same stables as this fucking weird ass horse.
Oh, and trotting slowly behind everybody is Sam.
Did you just roll off the fear table for Spanky?
No.
It's funny until it's a heart attack.
Oh
Not a full George.
Major phobia.
Major phobia of Gideon. It's not like horses, it's just like Gideon.
Specifically Gideon. And then Spanky,
Get
so
your
long
demon horse.
as Jeffers is riding behind you, Spanky is not stuck.
And I know it. I feel it. I feel it.
I rolled for the fear, and I rolled a d4, and he actually, because he has no rank, so I'm gonna just like rolled the d4, and he actually exploded on the 4, but then got a 1, which -2 is a 3, so he failed. And then
Imagine what would happen if Spindly Norman riding Gideon around in a corner.
you both fall over dead from heart attack. And
Giant like big panels.
So where are, like, by the time I catch up to them, where kind of...
you guys are nearing, not really in the edge of town, you're kind of wound through a like middle part of town, but there's not a legitimate lawman chasing after you guys anymore, so it's kind of up to you what you do from there. However,
Oh, I was gonna, like, so I'll yell to Grimes and say, ride off, I'll cover for you, or something. Say you got away.
Even though your horse is moving at a casual trot to a like galloping, terrifying horse.
I can't stop Spanky anyway.
Spanky's gonna throw.
and back to Ed. So this guy, he's riding hard, and like you have the advantage of choosing the path, so
Right.
he's having to kind of play catch up. But by what you hear of his hoofballs falling behind you, you think that he's at a quicker pace than you at the moment.
I mean, I have a smaller horse. My horse is the same as me. It is small and stubborn. So I'll try and kind of go through alleyways and stuff like that where his horse will have a harder time getting through.
Okay.
I mean, my goal is eventually to put enough distance on between us that I can get out of town and just ghost into the mountains.
Give me a ride.
But
To maneuver your
While
horse
this is
into
going,
We'll have to see
while
what
this is
happens.
going on, can I go see about buying a horse? And like we'll leave Sam at the museum as like the packing mule. That way they
If you
can.
want to go spend $150 on a horse, you can go buy a horse.
I'm just giving you my horse.
No,
I
you already said you
I didn't
was
think
too
I was
late.
gonna like need.
It's too late now, but I would have just given it.
I know, but I didn't think about it, and then this chase happened. I'm like, Sam's just like probably at a casual
spend a
trot.
penny on that one.
Cool. There you go. That's what you needed.
8.
So you got the explosion, okay? You wind through what you think is a quite difficult path, and you do hear like a cluttering of stuff happen behind you that you think you've hampered his progress.
Yeah, I'm also just gonna spend the 150 on it. I got the money to do it, so
Do you go and you buy a horse?
I'm gonna go buy a horse, and I'm gonna take all the nitro off Sam and
Put it
lantern
on the
off.
horse?
Why would you do that?
You know that you're not going to be able to get it on the horse if you're bringing that horse with you on the train.
Well, the nitro's still technically at the museum. I'm taking the lantern oil. Is what I'm taking.
Technically at the museum. Where is it actually?
Well, technically, it's strategically placed around the outside of the museum with a single fuse to light.
I lied to Matthias and hid the cards.
I lied to the posse about where I hid all the nitro.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like pretty
To
much.
the museum.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
scream.
Yeah, pretty much everything I had on Sam, I'm gonna put on the new horse, and then I'm gonna guide Sam back to the museum. And I'm just gonna tell Potter, Sam's here, take good care of him, and then walk out.
Okay. He seems like he's struggling with mechanics work right now. Back to you.
What?
He's like, now I gotta feed this.
Okay.
It should be noted, I'll kind of run back to that. Like, after I leave Grimes, I'll run back in their direction.
I didn't do nothing. Ever.
You took the wanted hindrance.
I didn't do anything wrong. Ever. Okay?
I can. If I spend 3 power points, I can technically teleport myself and my horse up to 24 yards, which is a ways. Like, I don't have. This isn't the same day we arrived in town, right?
No.
Okay.
It was Nora.
That's
It's his girlfriend, and I was like, who the fuck's Nora?
that's the science lady, isn't it?
No, it's his horse.
No, like he's got
Oh, you've got no.
Nora written down. It's like who's
Nora?
girlfriend Nora? Who the fuck's Nora? It's just the most Grimes thing I can do. Why do I have the name Nora in my head? Who's that?
Do you think that Nora is Professor Contagia? Is that what you're saying? That that's Nora?
I don't know. I just took a guess.
I don't think so.
You know,
Tell me Professor Contagia's real first or last name. Do you want to know why you can't? Because you've never asked.
And she never told me.
Nora might be the girl who pickpocketed dead bodies.
Oh, probably. Maybe.
Real lady.
I thought that
Be
was
better.
Hammer Girl. I thought Hammer Girl was Nora.
Was what?
Hammer Girl?
Hammer Girl was Nora?
The meat
Maybe.
tenderizer.
She had a much
No.
more.
It was more. Yeah, it was.
Helga.
No good.
I mean, she's dead, so it doesn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's
Hammer
dead,
Lady
but-
is Nora Stein.
I knew it. I was right. You guys were gaslighting me.
Not intentionally. So there's like a clattering, and he's like I've gained ground, but he's still.
He's still chasing after you. He's not gaining on you like he was. You think you might need one more shifty maneuver in order to lose him?
Well, in that case, let's just try another shifting maneuver.
Okay. Make another ride check.
I'll call this maneuver shifty.
Nope.
4.
Okay. You don't think that you make a particularly shifty maneuver. However, you hear a pretty loud crashing noise from behind you as he tries to chase after.
You don't have to be good, you just have to be lucky.
As you continue riding, it seems like he's not following you.
Well, I guess I'm headed out of town. And then what am I doing?
That's a great question. For next time on the Devils of the West. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.